what are some things that business owners and people like me should be looking out for to find a trusted agent like you?
Well, first of all, somebody that knows the industry and knows their industry. Because my whole goal is whoever I go after, I learn what their pain points are. I have a saying, you got a headache, I got the aspirin.
Oh, I like it.
But that's really, and I think that that's one of the things that is an opportunity for new agents if they get this mindset. And that is that, okay, so your clients' rates are going to go up. So what? The whole thing is protecting them. Your job as an advocate, you're not just trying to hang an insurance policy on somebody and then go on to the next one. You'll never be in the industry that long. But it's being able to know what their pain points are, whether it's commercial, property and casualty, homeowners, whatever, or auto. It's all about looking at those hazards that they could encounter. And everybody has those hazards that they don't know about. They just haven't been brought to a place where somebody can explain it to them simply and protect them from that. And when they see the value in that protection, they'll buy it, even if it costs more. I had a scenario before I was in property casualty. My wife was in Wichita, Kansas, and she was in her dad's car, and she was backing out of a driveway, and the neighbor, who was 90-something years old, stepped in front of the car. She backed into him. They both looked back and couldn't see anything. She backed into him just really gently, knocked him down, but he ended up breaking his hip, and about 3 months later, he ended up dying as a result of his injuries.
Oh my gosh!
So his son is basically an ambulance chasing attorney who was very successful in Kansas. Sued my father-in-law's insurance company. He had the minimal limits because his agent didn't say, wow, you need more limits here because you've got a lot of things to protect. You have a home that's paid for. You have, you have investments, all that. And so his insurance company sued my father-in-law. He didn't have enough limits, so they came after us.
Oh.
And we ended up having enough, but we still didn't have the higher limits, that we ended up getting it settled. And somebody said, you really ought to look at getting an umbrella policy. And I learned about umbrella policies, and next thing I know, I bumped up my liability limits to get an umbrella policy. Did my insurance rates go up? Absolutely. Is it worth it? You bet. And that's again, another selling point that I use for people. It's all about protecting. You work hard for whatever you have, protect it.
Yeah.
Or if you pay your house off, are you going to drop your homeowner's insurance? But that's kind of what people do. They do the same thing with life insurance. They don't ever think they're going to die, and they don't ever think they're going to get old to where they can't afford life insurance.
Yeah.
And so it's just common sense logic. But if you don't bring that to the table and get them to see, this guy's in my corner. He's not trying to sell me something. He's trying to protect me. Now I'm their advocate. Now I'm their friend.
Yeah.
And they trust me.
Yeah. So you're bringing this different value dynamic to the table, which is simply communicating what these people actually need. Because just like you said, you brought up a pain point that I hear a lot from people, which is, I pay a lot of money in insurance premiums every year, especially in this market.
Sure.
And then, just like you said a few moments ago, I also have to bring money to the table. And that's because you're underinsured.
Yep.
And so many people don't know that they are. And I think that's so valuable